Greetings, hello, welcome, hi, it's your boy Dr. Tune, Dr. The Tunes. You're not tuned in to Tune TV. You dig? And I'm playing my shit. Yeah. You thought you was coming? Yeah, nigga, I'm trying to feel. I got the stick in the back. I pull up my hands, got multiple pumps. You thought you was coming? Hell no. I'm G the sun, I came back for the picture with that fresh and deathful cut. Yeah, stick too big, can't fit in my bag. That's why I keep it strapped in my back. I'ma cut these fuck niggas up, yeah, call me young. Samurai Jack, I'm killing these aliens, I'm in the black. These Terminators are right on my ass. Android 17, 18, they could go on, so I jump back in the back. So they couldn't find me, I'm beating ass like Bruce Lee. When I saw Freezer, I just cut them up like calamari. Or maybe sushi, or maybe it's hibachi. Whatever, I just know I sent him. Yeah, that's in my heartbeat. Don't make me hold the drum, my respect's Metallica. And he used to spin his diplo in a plan is just for fun. Now he's training to become the next god of destruction. And in the meantime, I've been training for Frieza's resurrection. I just be moving the pills, Capsule Corp and all them bills. Yeah, don't make me call Go Jen, that's my evil twin, and we coming for real. And if we pull up together, that's an instant fusion kill. Yeah, I Majin Buu, what the fuck that shit we did? You thought you was kill me? Hell nah. But nigga, I'm drunk, so yeah, I got the stick in the back, and both of my hands got multiple pumps. You thought you was kill me? Hell nah. I'm a G the sun, I came back from the future, and I got that fresh cut. Stick too big, can't fit in my bag. That's why I keep that shit in my bag. I'ma cut these fuck niggas up, yeah, call me up. Yeah, I'm killing these aliens, I'm in the black. These are nasty right on my ass. Android 17, 18, they kill go on, so I had to jump back in the pack. Fuck you. Yeah, I'm gonna play another track. We got a cool show for y'all today. We got a cool show. You dig? Do not tell me about my YouTube experience. I just want my shit to play. Zaza, nigga. Shout out to Zaza on the beat. And to Dr. Yeah. RIP PNB Rock. We're gonna talk about that and a lot more today. Not a lot of music drops, so I'm getting my social commentary bag. This is TNN, Tune TV. We're gonna get into it. That's night, baby. You're my pink kryptonite. You stole my pride, ego inside. You're my pink kryptonite. Sugar and spice, everything nice. You're my pink kryptonite. Yeah, what is
She's got my soul, she's got my heart. Light it up, gas finna spark. I could tell you about our journey and how things been going so far. She's like my father's Lois Lane, kind of name. I be feeling so powerless, pink and green. Kryptonite, expose my love and all my allergies. Wonder sometimes if she mad for all the stupid things that I did. I was young, just a kid, no excuse, just what it is. Getting real, no counterfeit. Yeah, being more bullshit. Cause I get so nervous around you. My brain don't have service around you. My feelings on ecstasy, cause everything just feel perfect around you. I feel like I'm in work when I'm around you. Yeah, when I'm around you. Damn, how did that sound, boo? Like this is be killing our time to grow and see what this turn into. Wanna see what this turn into. After all the things I've been through, maturing and growing my mental. Back to God, back to the fundamentals. Back to you, because it's so simple. Back to you, cause it's always been you. The beautiful soul within you. Yeah. That time of night, baby. You're my pink kryptonite. You stole my pride, ego inside. You're my pink kryptonite. Sugar and spice, everything's nice. You're my pink kryptonite. There it is. Yeah, don't go. Back when I was just Clark and Smallville, Lost, never loved my way. I had to remake the world in my image and nap on the 7th day. I had to go right back to Krypton just to forgive my past mistakes. Had it been pressed the moon and stars so I could hold this planet's weight. Charlie was fucking with Peter like I'm not a grip in heaven or under my feet. After I showed her I was super shit, could not stay off her knees. Lex be hating, couldn't stand another man flexing in Metropolis. Eastern entrance to spy on us while I went and broke her hips.
talk shit. Only time I showed her my weakness. Only time she wants to admit. Maybe that is too honest. But Connor, you should know that she is faithful as an option. Bitches want a super nigga, no questions. Wait, told me that, so I'll stop saying. Shawty wanna be a boss chick while I go and save the world. I asked her who gonna raise the kids. She said that I had some nerve. She tried to downplay me, but if at this drug, she just might get cursed. Meantime, Lex just called a doomsday cause he wants the end of the earth. Night, that time of night, red penny night. Baby, you're my pink kryptonite. You stole my pride, ego inside, it died. You're my pink kryptonite. Sugar and spice, everything nice. You're my pink kryptonite. A kryptonite.
All right, what's up, guys? Here on 10 TV. I got a good show for y'all today. We're gonna cover a lot of different things. I'm gonna get into my commentary bag for real because there's no new music. We're still waiting on new music. I think ESTG is gonna drop though. We got a couple other things though. But first off, we gotta say rest in peace to PNB Rock. It's always a sad time when you gotta cover deaths in hip hop. That's a part of the media. How people choose to cover it, I'm not gonna go too far into it because, it's news. And how he said before, if it bleeds, it leads. But it's very unfortunate how he went out. No one wants to be, he was at Roscoe's. I think it's Cali, the Cali version of Waffle House. And let's start off with people just pointing the fingers and playing the blame game. I think it's very unfair that people are immediately going to blaming the girlfriend for just because they posted that the food. Now, I will say I don't think it helped, but I don't think it's fair to say like that is the reason, because many people have been robbed in LA, and if you had looked at PNB Rock's interview with Academics on Off the Record, he said he had been through a couple different occasions where people had tried him to try to steal from him. So yeah, that's just it's great, crazy stat. So yeah, I very much think it's unfair when people say, "Oh, it was her fault for posting it," because it's very doubtful that the ops are checking the girlfriend's IG. Number one, number two, it's far more likely that they were because in these types of situations when people get robbed or stuff of that nature, the alleged the robbers, they will stake you out. Like if it's a home invasion, they're gonna stake you out for a couple weeks. They're gonna wait till the best time to get you. They're gonna get you. Or in this situation, they might have been following him for a long time and waited for, he was at his most low. They see, oh, cool, he's with his girl. All right, boom. Like he ain't got security with him. Boom. So yeah, there's a lot of things like we don't even know the full situation is a fresh thing that just happened. So people are already trying to jump to point the finger. Nicki Minaj made a distasteful quote about it. We'll get into that later. But yeah, in general, just RIP, may his soul rest in peace. And yeah, it's a very dangerous time to be a rapper in hip hop. You have to move correctly. Being a rapper in a lot of regards, especially if you are a street rapper talking about street activity, that's a very dangerous position to be in. I wouldn't say being a rapper automatically means that you're in a dangerous position, but if you are a rapper, especially talking about street activity to any degree, or any of your marketing and branding has to do with and if your marketing and branding has something to do with you upholding a street image, that will not go well for you. It's not okay. So yeah, let me hit the Never Quite Right soundtrack. Come on. Wait for that to come in. But yeah, it's a very unfortunate thing, everybody you gotta do that. Now I will say, if you're a rapper doing that, you gotta move a certain way. It's unfortunate to say, but all that you have to plan for all that. Boosie says something that might sound like hard extreme advice, but I think it's valid. He said excuse me. He said, if you go to LA, look, I'm pulled up right here. Boom. What he said, he offers advice to rappers visiting LA. He says this in a tweet: every time you in LA, keep your guns in your finger, on the trigger. Be ready to shoot at all times. Keep your hand on your Glock, no safety, and shoot as soon as you see harm or anyone suspicious. They will rob and kill you. It's a rap murder capital, LA. Tip to everyone who lost their life in LA. And that's probably the realest advice, you know what I'm saying? As somebody who has existed in hip hop for a long time, who's a rapper, talks about street activity, who has existed in this space for a long time. He's saying, if you are gonna be in LA, you need to have your gun. You need to be just holding your gun, finger on trigger, safety off. At any moment, if someone walks up to you and something can happen, go ahead, let it off. Ain't no cap. You know, we just had Sauce Walka get robbed earlier this week. Attempted robbery happened to him earlier this week. LA is just not a safe place at the moment. That's just what it is. You know, so people trying to blame the girl. It's LA, man. LA is not sweet. And they look at rappers as food. That's just what it is. If you are a rapper and you the type to wear jewelry and all that, that's just what it is. Ice-T said he's done explaining LA gang culture to people who don't even listen. I'm done explaining LA gang culture. MF will not listen. It's not a game at all. That's what it is. I think a lot of this is has to do with LA. You know what I'm saying? That's just the gang culture LA. Bloods and Crips originated in LA. Gang culture there is a religion. That is what they do there. It should not be taken lightly. That's what it is. And so that brings up another point in this. Like many rappers have died like this. RIP to Triple X, XXXTentacion. If a robber tries to rob you and you are unwilling to give it up, they willing to kill you. Like kids my age and younger, I'm 25, people my age and younger who are in the street life are willing to throw their lives away for 50K, for a chain, for whatever you got on you, because they don't have anything. They don't have anything and they are willing to take it. You know what I'm saying? They're willing to take it at their life at any cost. That's what it is. So the rappers like Sauce Walka was like, I'm not going. All right. And kudos to you for surviving that. But Sauce Walka could have easily been another person trending on Twitter with RIPs. This could have easily happened to him too. Struggling for things. Give it up. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, give it up, man. You're going to make the money back. It's not going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? The money not going nowhere. Chain's not going nowhere. There's been many rappers who are getting robbed. And they will not talk about them or report it because the robbers nowadays are not robbing for a flex. They're literally robbing you for the money. They're literally robbing you for the chain, to flip the chain. They're low key about it. They not try to do it for, I just robbed so-and-so's chains, like how it was earlier in 2016, 2015, or earlier. They were robbing you for the look. They're robbing you for the cloud. No, these people are robbing you out of desperation. We are in a post-COVID era. The PPP loans are dried up. The scammers cannot scam no more. So that's all the nonviolent crime is gone. So with all nonviolent crime gone, violent crime is up. There was even recently a police person who said, if you got any advice coming to LA, he said, don't. Straight up. He said, we cannot ensure your safety. And LAPD are not even good cops off rip. So, you know what I'm saying? These are not even good cops. You know, they're known to be very corrupt. They have a history of being very corrupt. So they're even letting you know, like, we're not even going to save you, bro. Like, you calling us just to call us. Quando Rondo got shot up earlier, a couple weeks ago. Quando Rondo got his shot up and he lost his homie. This is what it is in the LA culture. You know what I'm saying? Like, people are dying a lot. You know what I'm saying? Even though the murder rate in America is going down significantly. Despite that, you know, that don't matter. Like, even despite the death rate going down, despite gun violence going down, this is what it is. This is where we are at. This is where we're at in America. It's very sad to say. We find LAPD warning. He's warning people, don't even come to LA if you're coming in. If you want to visit LA on a holiday, he said don't. They said straight up don't. LAPD detective issued dire warning amid crime surge. They said, yeah, we can't save you. Straight up, we not saving you. Hold on, let me see if I could play the audio of this. If I could find the right thing for y'all. But that's where it is. Like this is not a game. This is not a joke. People are losing their lives. People are losing their lives. They're getting people out of here. You know what I'm saying? It's called the land for a reason. All that is for a reason. It's not. They are not for play.
A string of smash and grab robberies combined with an uptick in home invasion attacks have Los Angeles residents on edge.
Critics slam California's soft on crime policies and the state's zero bail policy that ensure most suspects walk free. Well, here to react is LAPD detective and director of the Los Angeles Police Protective League, Jamie McBride. Jamie, thanks so much for being with us early this morning. And you know, I just saw a statistic which is quite amazing to me, that there were 11 smash and grab robberies reported throughout the city up till about a week ago, over a month-long period. 14 people arrested from those, all back out on the street, and you say that they're out in the street faster than the paperwork can be done. Explain.
So yeah, over there, you can rob somebody and then be right back out.
Well, yeah, first we have to look, how do we get here? You know, the ACLU advocated for Proposition 47, which changed the sentencing guidelines. So right now, you can literally go out, do whatever you want, commit crimes, and you'll be out faster than the officers can finish the report. And that's a fact. You know, we're wondering, how many times does somebody have to be arrested here in LA before they stay in jail? It's sad to say, but it's almost safer to hang out with Alec Baldwin on a movie set than to go shopping in Los Angeles right now. That's how crazy it is. It is so violent. You are better off at a movie set than to go shopping at the mall over there. I mean, you know, I stay by the Atlanta area. Atlantic Mall be hot. People could be getting stabbed, shot at, all types of stuff be happening at Atlantic Mall. Atlantic Mall be hot as fuck. It is not nowhere near like this. Like even going to any of those LA spots, any of those places, like I want to go to any of them tourist attractions, they're telling tourists do not even come. They're telling tourists do not even pull up. Don't even do it. Don't even do it. That's what they saying. That's how bad it is. So let this not go over your head. This is simply a symptom of a bigger thing. Now, why is it like this? You know, we could go back to, you know, the nation's COVID policy in general. They did not, in other countries, they allowed people with some version of UBI or universal basic income. So people will be fine during COVID. But a lot of people today in America, they did not get any version of that. They got 1 or 2 checks. That's it. That was not enough to cover rent. Many people have gotten evicted from their homes. Many people are out hungry and starving. And if you continue to starve the people out, they will eat the rich, or they'll, you know what I'm saying? The rich like rappers, or rich like Wall Street goons, or whoever. You know what I'm saying? If you keep starving people, the poor will eat the rich. The poor will just eat everybody. You know what I'm saying? That's how bad it is. And that should not be going over people's heads. That should not be taken lightly. Like none of this should be taken lightly. Yeah, so it's very sad, very sad, very sad, very sad. I feel very bad for the girlfriend because she's getting lambasted on social media, and she was there. She had to watch her loved one die in front of her. And let that not go over y'all head. I pray that none of y'all experience something like that, or somebody has to die in front of y'all and y'all gotta watch them die. You know what I'm saying? It's not how you want to go. But this is another part I found that was sickening. This is a part 2 to this. The Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles, where he was shot at, is open 24 hours. Is open 24 hours after PNB Rock situation. So they like, go ahead. We still open. We still want to make some bread. That's the type of country we live in. You know what I'm saying? They ain't not even closing up shop. They said, pull up. We open 24 hours. Pull up. You know what I'm saying? So that's another thing. You know, capitalism gonna capital. They said, ooh, it's people gonna come to see where PNB Rock got shot. We open. Pull up. It's some sick shit, man. This is the type of country we live in. So let that not go over your head. And please have empathy. Please have empathy for the loved ones, people that lost their life, people that I just seen Academic stream, you know, man was in tears because he had a personal relationship with Buddy, and that's a sad thing
to happen where you lose all these people. He has known a lot of these rappers that have lost their life from one thing or another, violent gun crimes. So, you know, ain't nothing wrong with giving it up. Ain't nothing wrong if they ask for, hey, yo, give me all your shit. Just give up your shit, bro. It's not like you're not gonna make no money. You're already a richer income person, you know, stay alive. That's the best thing you can do. You know, you can always continue. You can always continue to move on and do better and try to make another bag if you are alive. But if you are not alive, it all stops. If your life ends, everything ends. You know what I'm saying? How people out of this continue to feed your family? How his family go on? We don't know. But it's very sad, very tragic. He was a very talented artist, and my heart goes out for all that. But what are lessons that can be learned for future references? Number one, I will never live in LA. This and many reasons more. Like my dad used to say, oh, I see you living in California, living in LA. Dad, I will never live in LA. If you ever watch this, Dad, I will never live in LA. I will never live in LA. I will only go to LA for business purposes. I will get them in and I will get the fuck on. Especially, listen, if I could get you to come to the Atlanta, I'd rather do that than go to LA. LA seemed like a war zone. You know what I'm saying? People were talking about Oblock and Chicago and all this, but no, LA, the land where Bloods and Crips originated, is not for play. It's not for play. And it's one of those lower income areas where there is no way out. They don't have a lot of, it's not like Atlanta with a lot of black businesses. It's very expensive to live there. So in order to just eke out a living, street activity happens. And they grow up doing this, and this is all they know. Gang activity, all they know. It's a religion, it's their lifestyle, it's everything for them. That's all there is. So I let that not go over your head. Let that not be underlooked or any of that. It is crazy out here. They are wolves and they will eat you straight up. R.I.P. I'm gonna take a moment of silence. Yeah, R.I.P. PNB Rock, man. It's a sad way to go. You know, I seen a Twitter post when this dude was talking about everybody leaves their house, and it's not guaranteed you'll make it back. Everybody think, oh, I'm about to do this, do that, and in their mind, they always assume they're gonna make it back. No day is guaranteed. Your life is not guaranteed. No day you have on earth is ever guaranteed. Every day you should be thankful to whatever God you believe in, spirituality, whatever credence that you give thankfulness for, and be thankful that you draw breath on this earth. Because people lose their life every day for this and less. Car accidents, all types of shit. Disease, all types of shit. Accidents, all types of shit. Let that not go over y'all head. All right, so moving on, I'm gonna do some more lighthearted shit because, you know, that's some dark shit I just talked about. So Ray J is out here trying to clear his name, right? And Ray J, bro, listen, you should have known. Cause hold on, let me find this shit real quick. All right, so let me see. I'm trying to find the shit because Kim Kardashian, I think she robbed Brandy, right? So he should have known not to fuck with that bitch, right? Off rip, but he should have known not to fuck with that bitch because she was trying. Did she scam Brandy? Did she steal from Brandy? Hold on, let me find this shit first before I even get into the Ray J shit. Steals from Brandy. Because she was Brandy. If y'all didn't know, Kim Kardashian came up being Brandy's personal assistant. All right, so yeah, look, boom. Back in 2008, Brandy and Ray J's mother, okay, boom. So she was the mother, Sonia Norwood, sued Kim Kardashian and her siblings for stealing up to $120K from her American Express card. Before the days of Keeping Up with Kardashian, the Kardashian billionaire status, the reality TV star, was relatively unknown. Yeah, so she was either Brandy's assistant or one of the mom's assistant, and she stole Brandy's mom's credit card and was running that bitch up. Run that bitch up until 120K was up. Ain't that shit crazy, yo? Shit, so that's where we at with that shit, man. And so the fact that Ray J went to fuck with her after that shit crazy. Shout out to everybody tuned in to TV. Fuck with y'all. But yeah, so that happened in 2008. I forgot when they started fucking. I don't know the whole history of all that shit. But listen, you know, if somebody robbed my mom, oh the fuck that bitch she robbed my mama. Oh no, fuck no bitch I robbed my mama. You know what I'm saying? That's where I'm at with it. So look, so Ray J clearing his name because Kris Jenner did a polygraph test on the James Corden show, and everybody knows like when it comes to pregnancy tests or lie detector tests, all that shit is fake on TV. If you guys didn't know, Now you know. All that shit's fake on TV. Maury, what's it called? Jerry Springer. They lied on all the pregnancy tests. All that shit made up. If you ever see a show and they do a lie detector test, all that shit made up. They just doing it for the drama. In case you didn't know. If you don't know, now you know. It's all bullshit. It's all drama. It's all fuck shit. So she lied and said, what'd she say? Let me look up the Kris Jenner shit. Kris Jenner lie detector test, right? She had lied on Ray J name, essentially. And so Ray J had to tweak out. Let's look up lie detector test. I don't want to watch this whole shit. But let me see. Let me look at the inside article. All right, we're gonna get to the article. See, this is Toon TV, you know what I'm saying? I should change this shit to TNN, goddamn. We a news cycle. Goddamn, all right. So boom. Kris Jenner took a lie detector test and it revealed her favorite child, but it also said some other shit. So boom, this is one of them. Kris also denied speculation that she helped release Kim Kardashian's sex tape. Boom. All right, so that's a lie. That's an obvious lie. So Ray J ass had to come in and do a whole presentation PowerPoint on shit and say, like, y'all, all that's fabricated, all that's bullshit, and pretty much had to say, like, hey, yo, Shorty lying on me. He had to clear his name. And I think the only reason he's doing this and coming out of the woodwork, because number one, the only reason Ray J did not discuss this ever while they were holding him out in the media is because number one, in the contract, in the thing to make the prawn video, there's an NDA tied to it. So there's an NDA tied to it. So he could not speak on it, and he honored his side of the NDA. Now, granted, they were lampooning him in the media for years. I don't know why he's choosing now to do so. Maybe because he has kids now, and the kids are growing up, and they're trying to see what the fuck going on. They're like, hey, I gotta let these kids know all this shit, so that when they're older, they be, hey, yo, I already cleared this shit. I already talked about this shit. Boom. So that's probably why he doing it, or whatever girl he with, and then try to clear shit with Brandy. It's probably the only reason why he's going this hard, right? But it's still this is why I have Toon TV. It's very important for you to have your own media platform. It's before social media, hit pieces, all that. The media used to, if you were a media company, you could just do whatever. You could control media. You could buy, if you had the money to buy a media from other people and just get ahead of the narrative and put your side of the story first. And that's what you did. That's what it was. People always talk about the Queen just died, but the British monarchy is known for years to have a tight grip on the British media. That's why they're hoeing out Meghan Markle damn near through that, because they have a hold of they control the media. If you control the media, you control the minds of other people, because media is used to tell people what to think, in a sense. So this is like an hour-long thing if you want to check it out. But pretty much he's going through in a deep PowerPoint slide presentation and showing y'all everything. He's showing y'all like he showed y'all the contract. He showed like his handwriting when he signed it. He showed this part called deliverables when different, where it said the different sex tape parts. And this is where it goes even deeper. It's like, it was to the point where Kris Jenner made him shoot in 3 different locations. He made him shoot in 3 different locations. So that, and she picked the best one. Imagine. Now people be talking about the momager, this, that, the third, and why is Kanye tweaking? I think Kanye really tweaking because he don't want the momager to literally, not metaphorically, but literally pimp out his kids. Because that's what the mom literally did to Kim Kardashian. She said, we're going to blow up, we're going to go up off this. You're going to do a sex tape, but act like, lie about it, leak up, and then we're going to go up from that shit. They made money off the tape, of course. They made money off the tape by itself. But it's more than that, because they took that, they leveraged it into a reality show. They went up on the reality show and went up. And all Ray J doing now is Raycon. And I love Raycon. Listen, if I get sponsored, I'm going to get sponsored by Raycon. I'm going to do Ray J a good service. I'm going to get Ray J right on them Raycon headphones, because these headphones is not Raycons. But that's all good, and it's all love. But he's going in, and he did a whole PowerPoint presentation. He's talking about, oh, this is the deliverables, this, that, the third. And he's doing this to clear his name. But in a sense, bro, it's too late. Look, he going all the text messages and shit like that. All this okie doke shit. He got okie doke, bro. He fell for the okie doke. Listen, every man that messed with the Kardashian, even the males within the Kardashians, like Rob Kardashian, they all went crazy, right? It's crazy that there's a track record of men going crazy, messing with the Kardashians, and people still go and mess with them. I never understand it. That's why I'm never mad at Tristan Thompson cheating, bro. Somebody gotta do them dirty because they be doing everybody dirty. You know what I'm saying? That's where I'm at with it. So, you know what I'm saying? So it is only right that there's some version of an equalizer in that bitch. So Tristan Thompson, keep doing your thing, bro. Ain't nobody, hey, listen, bro. Ain't nobody is looking down, looking less, or think less of you for what you doing. You know why? Because these people been wrecking lives. Because how she did Lamar Odom, how Chloe, I forgot, I don't even know all these bitches' names, but how that bitch did, how that female did Lamar Odom, made him a crackhead. I don't know if she made him a crackhead, but I don't know the full details. But all I know is I'm a fan of basketball, and I'm a fan of Kobe, and Lamar Odom got Kobe a couple rings while he was there, and that nigga was fire on 2K9. That nigga was fire on 2K9. That's all I know. I was going crazy on Lamar Odom. And then fast forward, he with the Kardashian, he a crackhead. And then every man that goes into the Kardashian clan, they go in, they get blended in for whatever clout, whatever necessariness they have, and they get spat out. And then they just go on and recycle and go on to the next. So it's crazy that especially the thing I showed y'all earlier. Like if someone around my mama, I'm not fucking that bitch around my mama. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I feel about it. But I don't know what y'all think. Let me know what y'all think in comments. You know what I'm saying? If somebody robbed your mama, you fucking her out of spite, what you doing? I don't know. It was a sex tape his way of getting back at her. I don't know. It's probably just a money move. And he thought, hey, I'm seeing green. So that's what he did. So you know what? It is what it is. But he paid because his reputation was forever sullied from doing that in a way that Kim Kardashian, she used Kanye to recover all that, which I'm gonna get into Kanye soon in a minute. But essentially, he has to do all this to clear his name because the Kardashians have a tight grip on media. The Kardashians have a tight grip on media, so Ray J will always have to come out and flip his name. Now, why are the Kardashians talking about Ray J? And why are they doing the show, Chris denying about the sex tape allegations? Why they keep having to do shit? It's because they signed a deal with Hulu, right? Kardashians signed a deal with Hulu, right? But their ratings are not doing well. They're not doing well on the new version of Kardashians on Hulu, right? They're not doing well. So now they have to do shit that disturb drama. You saw the whole Pete Davidson shit. You saw how they do in Kanye. Now they had to hoe out Ray J because they need a reason for y'all to keep watching y'all shit. It's a train wreck. The whole Kardashian shit is a train wreck. It is the OG. It's one of the OG reality shows, and in order for them to stir up shit, they have to create controversy. So their new thing, controversy, is to reliably and consistently keep bringing up Ray J. So Ray J sick of it, and he had to go and do this whole little tirade, but it's essentially too little too late. If you had wanted to go about doing it this way, I argue that Ray J should have been did it. He should have piped Kim, and as soon as the tape come out, he should have been like, Oh no, that's not what happened. What? We signed an NDA, bitch. You gonna talk about this tape? You gonna talk about the tape? You gonna say I leaked it? You gonna say I leaked? Oh nah. Boom, bitch, here's the contract. Because it's an NDA, so none of them are supposed to discuss anything that happened. The tape was supposed to come out. You know what I'm saying? Allegedly, I don't know the full details, but in an NDA, you're not supposed to talk about anything that happened within the deal. But they span it like it got leaked, blah blah blah. They didn't say he did it, but it essentially got leaked, whatever. And he had to take the fall. They said it was Ray J that did it. Ray J has another tape. Ray J did this at the third. If I'm Ray J, I would have did that shit immediately. I wouldn't even done because we know they're still together. When Kanye's still with her, that Kanye was like, Ray J, give me the tape. Ray J, give me the tape. Ray J, give me the tape. And that's what they're talking about here. He's talking about how he had negotiated with Kanye to get the tape. I would have done none of that shit. I'd have been like, no, you better tell your wife to keep it a bean and tell her to apologize to me and cut me some check too. Fuck is you talking about? Before I even consider doing none of that shit, I'll leak the tape if you keep playing with me. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to run up a bag real quick. So nah. I'm not going like that. I'm not going like that. Because what Ray J do? He gave Kanye the tape. Then as soon as he gave it the tape, Kim broke up with Kanye. And then she started hoeing with Kanye and Ray J. So no, I'm not going for none of that. That's foolishness. I would never do that in my life, bro. I would never give up the only leverage I had. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I leaked the tape. That's revenge porn. That's illegal. But I would say, hey, yo, I do got the tape. Keep playing with me. You know what I'm saying? I will sue and it might come out. I'm not gonna say I leaked it, but I'm gonna just say pull up on Pornhub. I got hacked. Fuck is you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Because that is a dirty thing. Listen, the Kardashians have made a living off black men, basically destroying black men, chewing them up, spitting them out, and it's y'all fault. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, ain't nothing wrong with messing with white girls. I like white girls. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my snow bunnies out there, you feel me? But you got to know the right one. And this is a recommendation to anybody dealing with somebody outside your race, right? Boom. If you're dealing with somebody outside our race, it's a different culture, you're not used to it. Number one, research the culture. Number two, understand what you're getting yourself into. Number three, you better really understand who you messing with. You better really understand this person. You better really sit and understand the character of a person that you're dealing with. Because if you don't know and you're not entirely like understanding of who you are messing with, they're gonna okie doke you. And my thing is, I don't know how y'all keep falling for this Kardashian okie doke. You know what I'm saying? Like, they have a known track record with all the people Kim Kardashian with. Even Pete Davidson got caught in okie doke. How is people still getting caught in the Kim Kardashian okie doke, in the Kardashian family okie doke shit? I don't know. You would have thought they'd have known, right? I just say Kanye's situation is slightly different because he was in debt and Kim did bail him out of debt. So I will give Kim credit for that. She did bail the man's out of debt and then he helped build his brand. But Kanye went and scrubbed her image up and I'm gonna marry you and make you official. And basically that marriage saved Kim Kardashian's image. It legitimized her. In black people's eyes. Because we didn't care. A lot of black people don't give a fuck about the Kardashians and shit. But once you start fucking with Kanye and shit, niggas started caring more because Kanye is such a pillar in hip-hop culture and black culture, right? So you legitimized this person. You gave them power. I heard he upped her fashion. I even heard the Skin brand, whatever Skin, her clothing brand Skin, is just an offshoot of Yeezy. So Kanye gave her that too. Kanye gave her all types of shit, blew up her head and fixed up her image. So now she thinking that, you know, she hot shit. And then as soon as she was up enough, got rid of the man. That's sick, man. It's a sick game. So yeah, that's why you should never give away all your power in any relationship. You know what I'm saying? Always have your own. You know what I'm saying? Not to say, you know, it's always good to come together, but someone we really trust. But these celebrity relationships are essentially the equivalent of political marriages, right? So in a political marriage, you have to understand what you're getting out of it, right? You got to get what you get and understand the fallout. You got to plan for all that shit. It's different level than just saying me regular okie doke tune going and marrying some person down the street. You know what I'm saying? That's a different situation because at that level, at that rich people level, there's estates involved. There's all types of shit that goes into that. There's things that you can grow together, you can fall together, all types of shit. So that's something you got to consider. You know what I'm saying? So Ray J is clearing his name. He has to do all this screenshot. But the messed up part is that nobody cares. Nobody cares. Number one, no one cares what a man goes through. Well, number one, no one cares what a black person has to say. Number two, no one cares what a black man has to say. So yeah, and no one cares what a black man has, no one cares what anyone has to say years after the fact, because they already control the narrative. They already spend the narrative that they leaked, and they spend the narrative that you leaked it. They spend the narrative that you have the tape. Like they were controlling the narrative the entire time. And you threatening to sue and not suing really is what it is. I'd have been sued if I was Rage. I'd have been sued as soon as I saw stuff was getting fishy. I'd have been sued. I'd have sued a while ago. I'd have sued in 2010. I'd have sued in when the tape come out. I don't know when the tape come out. I'd have sued in 2010. I'd have sued in 2011. I'd have sued mad early. I at least had a lawsuit filed. So I have a track record of a lawsuit similar to Brandy's mom. I'd have a lawsuit. I'd have all that shit ready. You know what I'm saying? So that they cannot do that to me. You know what I'm saying? At least get you cash out because they've been cashed out. Kardashians been cashed out of this opportunity. So I'd have been took what they'd have done. Yeah. But yeah, Ray J, you moving. It's too little, too late in a lot of regards. That's what I see in academics. Too little, too late. The public does not care. We are ready for the Kardashian next season to pull up. And if they're using you at your expense, it sucks to suck, bro. It's very unfortunate. All right. So moving on. There's a Twitter clip. I'm gonna show y'all a Blueface, right? Because Blueface and Christian Rock, they basically like the shade room sweetheart. This is the definition of a toxic relationship, really an abusive relationship, but essentially a toxic relationship. but because Blueface is on one hand is like a pimp, and whatever what they going through, whatever they going through is what they going through, and whatever performances, whatever. So whatever money Cristiano Rock, they just gives all the Blueface, right? So that's that situation. And then so whatever. So what, he bringing all the bread, but then Cristiano Rock, she be beating him up over nothing. Beating him up over just silly shit. Oh, she wanted to see the phone. Well, listen, shorty, you never see my phone, bro. You are not looking at my phone. I do not care. Ain't nobody looking at my phone. Ain't nobody taking my phone. I ain't doing none of that. I ain't going like that. For what? I want to find it. I want to find this thing. But yeah, I'm trying to find it because it basically shows him and her together, and he has a black eye. And I want to show that to make light on another situation. We're gonna get to it. I want to find the clip first. Let me find the clip first. What was my cat doing? That's my cat in the background, y'all. I don't know what it's doing. Shit. Yo, chill out, cat, bro. I'm trying to get right. And show the people what it is. Okay, cool. I found it. Shout out to Daily Loud. What you doing? Cat tweaking. All right, so let me see. All right, boom. So in this clip, this is the clip I'm talking about where Blueface got a black eye. Spotted with a black eye in a photo shoot. Why would you go to a photo shoot with a black eye? Look. All right, you see his eye right there? All right, boom. I'll make this shit bigger so y'all see. I need y'all see what I'm seeing. Details, as it were. All right, let's say it together. They all posted up her with her big old gap in her tooth. You look so defeated. Look, he looks so sad. He looks so defeated. He's in Get Out. This man is in Get Out. Look, he looking away at the camera. He looking over there. Let me see. Let me go back. I don't care about the audio. Y'all need to see the audio. You need to see this man is scared and fighting for his life. He's scared for his life. That's what y'all need to see. I understand. This man is terrified. All right, look. It's right there. You're right there. He got a black eye, big as hell. He gonna turn this way. Look. Oh man, look, he turned that way. Big old black eye. And I'm saying this to say that there's a narrative, right, on domestic violence, right, that's typically only perpetrated by men. The direction is men to women, right? That's where most people assume domestic violence lies in, right? But that isn't even true. Statistically speaking, most DV, I'm gonna say DV because I don't, YouTube take my shit. Most DV is bidirectional, meaning it goes both ways. The argument escalates too far and people start putting their hands on each other. I don't condone none of that. Everybody should keep their hands to themselves. I feel like if you cannot keep your hands to yourself, you shouldn't be in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody should be able to keep their hands to themselves. But if y'all want to ever look up, there is a study over here. It's called References Examining Assaults by women on their spouses or male partners and annotated bibliographies by Martin S. Hibbert. And in the bibliography, it examines 95 scholarly investigations, 75 empirical studies, and 16 reviews and analysis, which demonstrate that women are as physically aggressive or more aggressive than men in relationships with their spouses or male partners. The aggregate sample size in the review study exceeds 60,000. And this is over a long year span. I think it spans from like the 80s to the 90s. And yeah, there's a couple anecdotes I want to find. Let me see. All right, so let me see. Male students versus female initiated aggression. A case of courtship violence. Taylor Francis examined a sample of 865 white and black college students with regard to initiation of their day experience and found that 218 subjects 80 men and 182 women had experienced or expressed violence in current or recent dating relationships. Results indicated that when one partner could be said to be the usual initiator of violence, the partner was most often the woman. This finding was the same for both black and white respondents. So it's not even amongst race, and race is fairly equal. So studies show that women are aggressive. It really be so that narrative that men are inherently aggressive. Listen, men are taught to not hit women for a very young age. So put two and two together. Most black families are single parent households run by a single mother. So the first experience of a male child going through any violence is corporal punishment by their mother. So that's their first introduction to any violence at all. Here's another one. A sample of 495 college students, over 207 men, under 288 women completed CTS and other instruments, included justification of relationship violence measure. So they found that women are twice as likely to report perpetrating violence as men. So women are just twice as likely to report it. That doesn't mean, you know what I'm saying? So women are just more likely to talk about it. Men, when they go through things, we have to feel strong. And we feel like, well, they can't hit us or they're not going to hurt us. Even if they do hit us, it's just a little baby hit. You know what I'm saying? That's how a lot of us were raised, correct? So we're not taught to ever speak out against it. Often when a man goes to the police and says, my girlfriend was hitting me, this, that, the third, the police will often laugh at you. If it's hitting, you have to be shot, stabbed for them to take it. So you have to, real bodily harm has to happen to you before they take you seriously. And often if it's bi-directional, both of you go to jail. Even if the man reports it, typically the man ends up going to jail. Female victims attributed male violence to a desire to get control over them being hit first, while men believe that female aggression was based on their female partner's wish to show how angry they were and to retaliate for feeling emotionally hurt and mistreated, typically because of infidelity. And I'd say typically because infidelity is just because of that's what I'm assuming, right? There's another one I thought was very, very informative. Let me see. This is one in particular that really was eye-catching. Okay, let me see this one. Is violence in families increasing? A comparison to 1975 and 1985 survey rates compared to a sample of 147 African Americans from 1975 survey with 576 African Americans from the 1985 National Survey regarding spousal violence using CTS found that the rate of overall violence, 169 out of 1,000 of husbands to wives, remained the same from 1975 to 1985, while the rate of overall violence for wives to husbands increased 33% from 153 to 204 out of 1,000 from 1975 to 1985. The rate of severe violence of husbands to wives decreased 43%, 113 to 64 from 1975 to 1985, while the rate of severe violence of wives to husband increased 42% from 76 to 108 out of 1,000 from 1975 to 1985. 1985, the rate of abusive violence by black women was nearly 3 times greater than white women. So it also highlights, in our community, a lot of black women tend to be more violent towards their partner. So now we're going back to, look, a black couple, and look at her just beating him up, man. I'm not saying Blueface is infallible and that he's not, you know what I'm saying, at fault for anything. I'm sure, like, there's that other clip of them when they are getting when they had an altercation. Hold on, what is happening? All right, sorry y'all, technical difficulties. But yeah, okay, so you've seen all that, right? So now we go back to this black couple, right? I said all that. I just showed you this whole story. You go back to this black couple, and they are still, and not saying that Blueface is infallible, but hey, she is a violent female. You know what I'm saying? I know that Blueface isn't perfect. You seen that last clip when he was pulling out her hair and stuff because of the phone. Listen, what they are doing is ridiculous. It is ridiculous. Will not end well. I think the only reason he is staying in the relationship is because if he leaves, she will immediately probably file all these DV claims. Immediately, and then he'll go to jail. And then that'll just be something he got to deal with, right? So I think he's essentially held hostage, in my opinion. If you're asking me, I think he's held hostage, and he's in it for the clout because his music not popping, right? But this relationship is, and people want to keep seeing them together, and he knows it's going to give him attention if they stay together. So he is incentivized monetarily to do so. He understands. I think they're trying to get a TV show. You know what I'm saying? So he has monetary gain in doing so, but he also has legal ramifications in staying because he wants to stay a free man. And there's a strong case that she could just hit the Amber Heard on him and start saying anything. And granted, this probably isn't even her because he probably has done some things. You know what I'm saying? But it's not one way because look at him. He has a black eye. So yeah, I just wanted to bring that study up in reference to this and to understand like that narrative that men are just aggressive is false. In fact, women are just as, if not more aggressive than men in these scenarios. And typically women initiate it. Typically the man ends up doing whatever to the woman out of retaliation for what she initially started. He probably told you stop hitting me, and he probably snapped, and whatever happens. Not saying, listen, everybody should keep their hands to themselves. Everybody should keep their hands to themselves, right? We all agree to that. But what is not spoken about enough is that women hit men too. Women hit men too. They hit men just as much as men hit women, if not more so. So yeah, I wanted to just debunk that. All right, so Nicki Minaj has been under fire for a lot of different things. Some justified, some not. Because granted, this is hip hop, so there'll be some competitive sport things. But I think she doxed somebody. So that's one thing. If y'all are into some conspiracy theories, I'm gonna detour real quick. If y'all are into conspiracy theories, I'm not. I like to only report things with evidence. I only like to report things that you can see. Like, you know what I'm saying, that with visible proof. But all of these rappers who passed away, they're wearing these star rings. It was Dolph, Pop Smoke, PNB Rock, Mo3, King Von. These star rings. They're wearing them. So I guess they're unlucky. If I ever get jewelry, not getting that. That's obviously bad luck. Bare minimum, bad luck. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what that actually means, but bad luck. Okay, so I'm trying to find what Nicki Minaj said. Because she said something real insensitive about the PNB Rock situation. About, let me see. Basically saying what, the narrative of, you posted the location. So obviously that's what happened. Very disingenuous, very, unrealistic of, of that. Basically saying it was her fault. And, it's a crazy thing to say to somebody. Cardi B said, her response to that was, it's very unlikely that was, all right. So Academics posted something. If we're going back to the PNB Rock situation real quick, the people at the restaurant think PNB Rock was targeted. So he was already probably targeted beforehand. We do not have info on the shooter, but we know PNB Rock was there with his girlfriend, Steph, who posted a photo of their meal. Source connected to the restaurant tells teams he appears a shooter targeted PNB because no one else was shot or assaulted. There were plenty of people eating inside the restaurant. So yeah, he was probably already a target beforehand, and they got a drop on him. Trying to find this Nicki clip. But okay, look, all right, boom. All right, so this is what Nicki tweeted. Nicki tweeted. Let me see y'all can see it. Switch it up for y'all. All right, so she said after Pop Smoke, there's no way we as rappers or our loved ones are still posting locations to our whereabouts to show waffles and some fried chicken. He was such a pleasure to work with. Condolences to his mom and his family. This makes me feel so sick, Jesus, right? So Nicki was under fire for this. It's a very insensitive thing to say because, you know, he was probably already targeted. It wasn't just, it was the posting the meal. I will say posting the meal did not help, but that's not the cause. I think it's very disingenuous to say the reason why he was taken out and got robbed was simply because he posted a thing. Very disingenuous thing to say. Very like it's a dumb thing to say. Like and it's very different because in the Pop Smoke situation, he had posted his location and invited the ops to pull up. I think. Let me not. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm sorry. But he had posted his location and they came to his house after he posted the location. Not his girl, not anybody else. He posted it. So, you know, his girl's posting this completely different situation. So, yeah, Nicki, you're wrong for that. And then I think Nixie docked some teenagers. And before that, she was dissing Meg, Super Freaky Girl. Because she put a remix Super Freaky Girl with JT. I forgot the other rapper, I think Bia. And she was dissing Meg. That's why I said last podcast, Meg should pick up her pen and she should write some bars at Nicki. There's no reason why she should not, because Nicki is bullying. She out here just spinning the block. All these female rappers are scared of Nicki. Granted, they have every right to be because she outselling y'all. She's been the queen of rap for a long time. I feel y'all. But if Meg drop a diss record, the people will be supportive of her because people are kind of sick of Nicki stuff. They're sick of the barbs, sick of all that shit. It's hottie season, if you will. So that's where I'm at with it. I feel like Meg shouldn't allow this to continue. She has the people's support. And if you know what I'm saying? Like, again, hip hop is a contact sport in terms of people will send shots at you. They'll send some pow at you. So you gotta, not literally, sometimes literally. Actually, yes, sometimes literally. But in this time, at least in female rap has not escalated to people being massacred in the sense of male rap. You know what I'm saying? So in female rap, bare minimum, most of these females can't rap. Let's keep it a buck. That's number one. Number one, most of these females can't rap. Most of these females can't rap. And second, they just look good. So they just look good and they can't rap with Nicki. Nicki looks good and she can rap better than all these females. Because the only reason I'm saying that includes Meg is because Meg hasn't shown the ability to do so. I think she did that one diss record at Tory Lanez, but it wasn't that fire from keeping it a buck. It was just cool for the time, but was actually a good, like, the bars like, oh my God, no, I wasn't thinking the bars was that crazy. Feel me? So, you know what I'm saying? She good at making club music. She has a good flow and she has a good delivery, but the actual wordsmithing, she probably needs some work on that. No cap. You know what I'm saying? And we all know Cardi B got a ghostwriter, so it ain't gonna be Cardi, even though Cardi is probably the closest one who could probably step to Nicki on the clout level and it'd be close. Meg pretty close too, but her sales are not in comparison to Nicki. And Cardi B got a diamond record. So let all that sink in. But Meg, she should get in the booth. She should write her ass off and come back with some bars for her, bro. And let her know what time it is, you know what I'm saying? And I'm sure the hotties and the barbs will all fight each other, and it'll be a great way for her to boost her sales for her next release, because now she's out of her deal with Carl Crawford, and she about to do the Roc Nation shit. So, yeah, she has every reason to do so, you know what I'm saying? I don't feel like doing these interviews with, what's her name, Gayle or Hillary Clinton. I don't think any of these will be as helpful or impactful as you getting in the booth and writing and spitting and letting her know that you are not to play with when it comes to the pen. That's how I feel personally, you know what I'm saying? The crown must be taken. It is not given. You must take it. And I'm always going to reference that. The crown must be taken at all times. So, yeah. Moving on. So, Sauce Walka, last time I reported the Sauce Walka thing, I say he caught a body. So, here are the details actually what happened with this. So, Sauce Walka didn't catch a body, right? Somebody tried to rob Sauce Walka. He had wrestled the gun. Hold on, my headphones messed up. Can't hear myself. Hold on. Oh man, I'm getting mad. I'm sorry. Just please. My headphones pissing me off right now, guys. I'm sorry. All right, so, man, hold on. My headphones about to piss me off. Every time I move, it get out of jack. Hold on. But yeah, pretty much, what was I finna say? Okay, so yeah, the Sauce Walker situation, here's what happened, right? He got robbed, or the attempted robbery happened to him, right? An attempted robbery happened. He got in a scuffle, and he was able to either wrestle the gun out, or he was able to just avoid getting shot, and that robber ran away. That robber ran away and tried to rob somebody else, and they were trying to fight like Sauce Walker, and that robber killed somebody. And so that was the body that he posted. It was a victim. It was not the robber. So that's why I say he lied on a body, because number one, he didn't catch a body. His crew didn't. And the robber fled and murdered somebody. And robbed them. And in attempted robbery, he ended up taking another person's life. So yeah, I just wanted to clear up that story. And I heard that the person that had that video, who recorded that video and sent it to Sauce Walker, didn't know that was going to be used for that narrative push. So yeah, I do not blame the person who's sending the video to Sauce Walker. I blame it on Sauce Walker. He should not have done that. It's a very disingenuous thing to do. Especially since somebody lost their life. They were a victim. That could have easily been Sauce Walker. Situation could have been reversed. That could have easily been Sauce Walker. We could have been saying RIP Sauce Walker and PNB Rock. So that let that not go over y'all heads. You know what I'm saying? In that regard. So yeah, as Tune TV, I always want, if I get something wrong, I always want to come back and, always, hey, I got this wrong. I got this story wrong. I'm always willing to make corrections. I'm always willing to come back and say, hey, this is the news story. This is what happened. So, yeah. And I think he said something else about the whole situation, but I don't want to get into that because at the end of the day, he just got lucky. He lived. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything be like, it just take one bullet to hit you and it's over with. You know what I'm saying? So let that not go over your head. Let that not be misunderstood or taken lightly in any regard. Like, it just take one bullet to hit y'all, man. Y'all out of here. It's over with. Fade to black on your ass. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, if we're moving on, say Cheese thing again. I say Cheese stuff. He be having stuff. Pretty much, I was trying to look up. I'm trying to look up Trippie Redd's new look because I'm anticipating. I think he's doing this as a part of his marketing. In terms of marketing or cloud chasing, I think Sauce Walker was cloud chasing, and I think Trippie Redd. Oh look, another thing. NBA YoungBoy released 86 songs 2022. That's crazy. I'm trying to drop like that. You know what I'm saying? Once certain things get situated, I'm gonna be dropping. I'm gonna tell you, I'm about to be dropping music. Y'all about to get some tunes for real. I ain't playing with niggas. You know what I'm saying? And the new rappers, I strongly think it is quantity over quality. It's a mixture of both. Your songs must be of good quality when you put them out. They must be of good quality when you put them out. But you should release a lot because the fans are not waiting 5 years for an album unless you're Kendrick. They're barely waiting 2. So you should really drop at least a project every year. Or just be dropping a lot of singles throughout the year. Personally, that's how I personally feel about it. But in finding Trippie Redd, let me talk about some other shit. All right, so Vlad is receiving backlash for saying playing video games doesn't give you some of your greatest moments of your life. He said, as an adult, playing video games for long periods of time is a form of depression. If you don't believe me, ask yourself this. Think about the 100 greatest moments of your life. Do any of these moments include video games? Probably not. And this comes from a lifetime gamer. Personally, that's his own opinion. But, you know what I'm saying? Vlad doesn't make a living off game, and there's gamers who make a life off of gaming. There are people who stream games for a living. You see, they either play a tournament or they stream. And that could be, this is the first time somebody went viral of streaming their game. That might have been a high point in their life. There's a lot of instances where this is just old man talk. You know what I'm saying? And typically, I feel like people only start giving old man advice when they're middle aged, when they don't have kids. So I don't know, Vlad, if you don't got kids, go shit out some kids or go have some kids, because no one cares. You know what I'm saying? People are allowed to live their life how they want to live it. Some people find a lot of enjoyment off playing games. I had a roommate, he used to play 2K all day. Shout out to him. He used to play 2K all day and fuck bitches. That was his whole day. He was happy as fuck. That's what he was doing. He had a whole bunch of baby moms. He had a whole bunch of kids. He didn't give a fuck. He was playing 2K. He's fucking bitches. His life was dandy as fuck. He was happy as fuck. So I don't agree that playing video games for a long period of time is a form of depression. I do feel like you have no social life and this all you do. It could lead to that, but I don't think that one automatically equals the other. I think it's very that's a very just old way, old man think. Very old man think. You know what I'm saying? We're in an age where people make a living off streaming, off Twitch, off doing that shit. Like they make their life off that. So, you know what I'm saying? Like that could be a high point in their life. If they make a good career move off that, if they could just be at the crib and make however much money off that, ain't nothing wrong with it. So I brought up the Vlad part because one of my favorite underground rappers, or he not underground, he's pretty like out and up and now. JPEG Mafia, he's one of my favorite independent artists. I think he signed a deal, but he's relatively independent and moves by himself. I think he's on tour in Europe. He tweeted at Vlad after he did this, and he said, Officer Vladimir been locking black people up for 2 decades, and now he's coming after gamers. Be safe, nerds. That was a funny tweet. He's very antagonistic towards white people, and I find that very amusing. So then after that, DJ Vlad blocked him. And he's like, never been more honored in my life. And then he's like, remember when Rick Ross caught Detective Vlad and beat the journalistic integrity out of him? Where's the interview about that, Vladimir? Which I think is real funny, because that did happen. Rick Ross did beat up Rick Ross, and then Rick Ross sued him. And he's like, well, I got the last laugh because I sued. Hey, man, if you're doing this media game, understand if you say something somebody doesn't like, they might come after you. I'm doing media, and I'm fully prepared for that. You know what I'm saying? If all my words are my words. I live and I die by my words. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm also, if y'all didn't know, I'm a free speech extremist. I think everything outside of threatening people's lives and doxing people should be okay. If you're not trying to take away somebody's livelihood, and you're not trying to inflict harm onto others, you should be able to say whatever you want to say, man. And the application of journalism, I feel like if you're not allowed to say everything, then you will not get the full truth, because, narratives. A Famous Dex has been released from jail and went straight to rehab for help. Yeah, I hope Famous Dex gets it right, because it's always hard to see. It's always hard to see people go through addiction like that. It's always very heartbreaking. So yeah, hopefully he gets it right. Let me speak on. Let me see. What am I doing? I want to do the Young Thug. Let me do the Trippie Redd thing real quick. I want to show y'all Trippie Redd's new look, because he looking like. I want to know what y'all think of this, because people are saying he's stealing Cardi's look, right? But they are both doing the Rockstar shit at a similar time. Playboi Carti featured on Trippie's album when a lot of that hyper pop rage wave happened pre-Yeet. So I don't know if that's, you know what I'm saying, they stealing each other. Look, I feel like they're both taking influence off each other. I feel like they both kind of take it from each other, not like stealing, but they are just pulling from each other's stuff. Let me see. Oh, so this is a trailer. All right, so I think he finna drop soon. I think Trippie about to drop soon. Oh yeah, look, this is a new look. I'm gonna make the thing smaller so y'all can see. So y'all can see this. Oh yeah, this is Trippie Redd new look. He dyeing his hair, he doing the whole painting my face and doing all this stuff. I think he only did this for a video shoot. But I want to see what else he's gonna do with it. I'm excited for whatever he's gonna come out with. Allegedly, it's gonna be Love Letter to You 5. But if not, if a Love Letter to You 5, which I'm anticipating, will be on some rock shit, I want to see what that's gonna sound like. I'm very excited for where he gonna take it. You know what I'm saying? because Trippie Redd is a very interesting artist. You know what I'm saying? He was one of the first people to really do that Rockstar stuff. And he actually put out a rock album. Like, people be talking about Rockstar. He actually put out a rock album with Travis Barker, you know, drummer for Blink-182. Like, he put out a rock album. Most of these rappers who claim Rockstar ain't putting out no rock album. So I'm a fan of rock music. I'm a fan of a lot of different types of music. So I appreciate Trippie Redd for, you know, embracing the character. I make rock music, but I'm not really into painting my face and shit like that. It's not for me, you know what I'm saying? But the people that do that, you know what I'm saying? Hey, kudos to you. You know what I'm saying? I just play guitar, you know what I'm saying? I just play the instruments and shit in real life, you know what I'm saying? I'm a real musician. But not to discourage anyone from doing this. It's okay. Perfectly fine. All right, so anticipating that. I want to see what's gonna come of that. So there was, what was I just talking about? There's something else. All right, boom. Okay, so Young Thug, in a recent story, I got this via academics. So a judge basically denied Young Thug from receiving documents from his lawyer. And that's going to be a big thing in this case, in the YSL case, because what is he going to be able to do? Because basically he's been sending tweets out, right? And we don't know if it's him tweeting. Probably is, you know what I'm saying? But we don't know if it's him tweeting, but because he has been tweeting like tweets like this and others, has a couple other tweets. The prosecutor are basically trying to accuse Young Thug of having a phone in jail and texting people, basically, you know, whatever, silence witnesses, whatever, and so they in the video you see that what was I gonna say? They said that I'm gonna just pull up the video. Let me see if I can find the video, because pretty much they're saying he's not allowed to. They said his judge is saying they just searched his stuff. They just searched him. They searched his room. They did not find a phone, which of course he could have just went away with it. But he threw away his phone, or he doesn't have a phone, allegedly. But they're alleging that he has a phone and that he's using it to tweet and do all this other stuff. So let me just pull up this part with the judge talks, y'all hear.
We're a different kind of dentistry.
I do not care. Let me know if y'all hear that.
I
put it on mute, but do y'all hear that? Tweet, comment below if y'all can hear that.
To not share with
y'all hear this? Can y'all hear this?
November 25th, they could do whatever they want. But I have the biggest issues here. I am in all of these overt acts. I have all of these witnesses to deal with. And if I can't share this information with Mr. Williams, I lose 2.5 months of work because I can't share with him information, then that is just not appropriate. If I ask you, if the other people, if Mr. Kitchens thinks that that's great for him, then I don't care what Mr. Kitchens wants to do. He doesn't have to share anything with his client. But I am not agreeing, and I'd ask you to rework, at least for Mr. Williams. There is not a cell phone in the Cobb County Jail. He is in isolation by himself. His cell was just searched yesterday.
So yeah, they're basically alleging that he has a phone on him and he's using it for and so because of that, the lawyer cannot share with him documents. But that you just saw the lawyer. He's arguing like they just searched his room. They did not find a phone. He does not have access to a phone. Someone else is probably running a social media account. I need to be able to share with my client information that's pertinent to this case, because that's my job. I'm a lawyer. I'm supposed to be able to share with my client information. If you're saying I cannot do that, it's kind of like, you know what I'm saying?
An Instagram post from Mr. Williams last weekend, which would have been from the Cobb County Jail. Can't ascertain that I saw him. But there was an Instagram post.
Hold on 1 second. I think somebody's talking. I don't know if somebody else controls Mr. Williams' Instagram account. I mean, because he obviously probably does not have a phone in jail. So,
Communications is being had. I don't know if Mr. Williams directed that, but it appears to be on his Instagram account. I would believe that he directed something, which is still.
And it's going to get somebody either hurt or somebody in a lot of trouble. So that's why I would just say, Mr. Steele, you well articulated your point. I'm going to leave it as is right now. I understand.
Well, I'll ask you to reconsider in the future because.
Yes, sir. I understand that.
Check it out now. Holy, now please tell.
So yeah, they're basically saying because of Young Thug keep posting on social media, it caused the judge to enforce a ban of his lawyer sharing the case info with him. That's what Academics Post said, pretty much. So pretty much he cannot, you know what I'm saying? He's not allowed to receive certain information because of that. Because he's been posting on social. Personally, I don't understand the correlation. I don't understand how him posting on social equates to a ban that he can't get case information. I don't get how that is correlating, but as a major blow in this case, because it's going to be hard for the lawyer to make decisions, because the lawyer just works for the client. So he's digging information, presenting to Young Thug. Thug's like, okay, do this, do that, or you know what I'm saying, or he's advising him, hey, this is the best claim action. By the end of the day, it's Thug's decision. So if he doesn't have all the information, it's going to be hard for him to make a decision on what he should do with the case or how it should be moved forward. You know, a lawyer is not infallible, and they only work for what the client wants at the end of the day. So yeah, that's it's very unfortunate. But we'll see how this continues with the whole YSL situation. I do feel like he shouldn't be posting on social media, but it could be easily argued that he isn't using his own account, that somebody else is. But we've seen other communications where it was like him and Kanye talking through social or something. I don't know. I don't know if it's actually him or him like through another person doing that. But yeah, he's not allowed to receive information from his lawyer. That's very strange. But you know, I'm not a legal expert. You know what I'm saying? It just sounds like that shouldn't be allowed. It sounds like my lawyer, I should be able to talk to my lawyer about everything. And yeah, so that is the recent update on that. More updates will be had in the future as this is an ongoing case. But yeah, it's very unfortunate in the whole situation. All right, so let me get into some freak shit. All right, so Moneybagg Yo, he shared a picture of a girl with a baby bump, right? And people are assuming it's Ari. They're assuming it's Ari. See the picture, believed to be Ari with a bump, right? But they saying that that Ari was seen with Meek Mill. But you know, is it Meek Mill's kid? I don't know. We don't know. But it's kind of weird. Like, why would you post this? I don't understand. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, is this you just saying like she not going nowhere? Like, what is this? This level of toxicity is crazy. I mean, we about to cover the Lil Durk Indie Love thing. I don't understand the mentality of this, of doing this. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? Let me know in the comments, like, what you think, why he would do that. But yeah, so if Moneybagg Yo is having Ari's kid, I mean, should Ari be having her kid in the strip club with her, in the club with her? So, I mean, if you're cool with that, I guess it's all cool, but shit, couldn't be me. All right, so yeah, I want to know what will happen in the future. Whose kid is it? How is it? How will it go? Like, how's it finna go in the future? I'm very interested in that. All right, so okay, so this is India responding. I'm trying to go back to the initial. All right, so allegedly, Lil Durk, India Love broke up. Let me see if I find the thing beforehand. So I wanted the initial. All right. So boom. She said, I'm a free agent. That was her tweet. And then what did Lil Durk responded with some this is peak toxicity right here, man. He said, that cat is mine forever. Welcome to death row, bitch. What is wrong with y'all, bro? Like, I don't understand that. I don't understand that. I don't get why people be doing that weird stuff, man. I don't know. Couldn't be me. You know what I'm saying? If a girl broke up, hey, if you leave, you leave. Get me a new chick. Sound like you're Lil Durk, bro. You can get any chick you want, bro. Lil Durk is piping hot right now, and he's probably one of the number one street rappers. You can just get a new girl, bro. I don't understand why you gotta lay claim to something that, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's never yours. It's just your turn. You had your turn, man. Move the fuck on, bro. That's how I be feeling. I don't be understanding rappers or not even rappers, just people with that behavior. So India then responds with a cap, with big cap emoji, like, that's all cap, you know what I'm saying? So we'll see how that goes, ongoing, whatever love drama they got on going on. But it always makes for a great media for your boy, you feel me? But in general, how do you feel about that? Is this stalker behavior? Should she follow a restraining order? You know what I'm saying? What does this classify under? Because she's saying, I'm single. He's saying, no, we're not. You know what I'm saying? Like, people doing that's weird. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't get that. That's weird behavior. You know what I'm saying? You're like, if my girl told me she broke up with me, I'm like, well, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna go my way, go your way. I do not understand the spin the block approach. You're trying to lay claim to something that's not yours. You know, it's her body, her choice, her life, her choice. She want to be with you, man. Move on. It's okay. And she want to come back, okay, she come back. You know what I'm saying? Like, saying that post, I cat mine forever is crazy. That's a crazy thing to say. But moving on, I wanted to give a shout out to Lil Baby because I'm excited for him to drop. But he's earned his first ever diamond single, "Drip Too Hard." So if y'all know how music industry shit works with the platinum singles, okay, I forgot which one's which, but I think what's it called? Silver is 100K. I could be wrong on all this, but I know 500K is gold, platinum is 1 million, and diamond is 10 million. So I know that for sure. 10 million is diamond. So there's very few people. Like, my goal as a musician is to have a diamond single. Like that's one of my goals as a musician is to have a diamond single, or be a part of a diamond single. A diamond record or a diamond album. I really want a diamond album. That'd be crazy. It's a high goal. It's very difficult to achieve, but that's pretty much rich forever status. Like, the song will always be good. You'll always make money off this shit. You're up forever. You know what I'm saying? Whoever owns the rights to this, of course, because not everybody owns the rights to their publishing, the royalties, blah, blah, blah. But once a song reaches diamond, you will always make money. You'll be rich forever. Whoever owns the song will be rich forever. So I want to give a shout out to that, to Lil Baby and Gunna. I think it's Lil Baby and Gunna on the song, the producer. I love to produce, like, any hand. If I'm producing it, if I'm writing it, if I'm the artist, if I get to a diamond single, that is one of my goals. So whenever somebody reaches a diamond single, you know, I'm always like, wow, great job, bro. Good for you, bro. I love celebrating people's success. I'm not a jealous person, and I like when people see other people win at a high level. So shout out to Lil Baby. He has a diamond single, "Drip Too Hard." Drip too hard, no man, that can me. All right, so let me cover YNW Melly. All right, so he does deny YNW Melly's recent request to leave jail to receive emergency dental surgery to fix an infection caused by a diamond drill, because, you know, he got iced out chains and pretty much grills. So yeah, the issue with grills, if y'all didn't know, is that when you get grills, especially them permanent ones, there's a lot of infections that happen in your teeth because you can't brush your teeth. You know, you put jewelry in there, you put metal permanently in your teeth, so whatever bacteria gets under there, people have their teeth all fucked up. I know Lil Wayne, he had to get dental surgery. People have to get serious, like, surgery because of either whatever lifestyle you live in, smoking, drinking, all that stuff. Normally you're allowed to brush your teeth, but if you ever, you know, what they say in when we were in grade school, whatever, you seen how your tongue looks like, how your teeth, your gums look like when you just smoke, because our rappers smoke weed. So smoke weed, that's already gonna do something to you. But if you do grills, it 10 times is that. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't even brush your teeth. It's trapped behind metal. But he's denied it. And it's very sad with the criminal justice system. I don't know what he did or didn't do, but yeah, it's always sad when somebody's denied their rights to healthcare. So I hope he gets rights to healthcare in that regard. All right, so the next thing I want to talk about is let me see. All right, boom. So Joe Budden, for I think his 9/11 special, he had a Navy SEAL on his podcast, and they're talking about Iraq, Afghanistan, and this is this is like a preview into what will be like when I have a Patreon. I want to have a Patreon so I can talk about politics more. But I just see a lot of people getting their platform taken away because they say a political view that isn't in line with the mainstream ideology and stuff like that. So all my political views will probably be behind the paywall, guys. But I'm gonna show y'all this clip of that. He had this Navy SEAL on they're talking about Iraq, and he was basically saying that we were there for no reason. And I wanted to hear it from a person of that caliber who has been in that position, because they know they were there. You know what I'm saying? Somebody who was there fighting the wars and the shit. I feel like they have a better perspective than, you know what I'm saying, just me, a guy with a microphone. You know, I like being the guy with the microphone talking my shit, but at the end of the day, I'm just a guy with a microphone, and I try to do my best to, you know, share with y'all, you know, valid facts and whatnot. But at the end of the day, you know, I wasn't there. I have homies who was in the military. My dad served in the military. I have the utmost respect for service people, and I'm anti-war because I hate seeing people going to fight these wars for no reason, essentially. You know what I'm saying? For profit. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. All right, boom. All right, so I'm gonna play this clip. I'm gonna stop every once in a while to get some commentary, but yeah. That's an ad. We do not like ads over here at Toon TV. If we do ads, pay me. Cut the check. What the fuck is you talking about? You know what I'm saying? All right, boom.
There's still no game time action. Nope. The next time.
All right, so he's talking about Afghanistan, lead up to Afghanistan through a Navy SEAL's perspective. All right.
Action. Nope. The next course of action. So 9/11 happens. There's still no game time action. Nope. Next course of action for you is what?
We didn't know. We didn't know. We knew Al Qaeda was in Afghanistan and Sudan, and so we didn't know because I just cleaned my gear. Are we going to Sudan right now? What do we got? What do you need from us? Because no one knew.
Let me know if y'all can hear it. Comment below if y'all can hear it.
Obviously, the Pentagon got hit. Then there was, you know, the anthrax scares. So we don't know what's happening. We don't know if they're sleeper cells. They ended up sending us back to Virginia Beach. We went home. Like, I didn't fight for a while. They had people in place to go. So like the first guys, they found out about the Taliban, and Bin Laden was there, and they told the Taliban, we're going to give them back, give them to us. And they said no. And then, okay, now we're going to invade Afghanistan. And, you know, we did that. And there's all kinds of shit behind invasions. Like, there's different ways to handle shit, but a lot of people make a lot of money invading countries, Iraq, for example. But the first.
So look, that's the first thing he said. People make a lot of money. Let me make my screen big so y'all see me. All right, people make a lot of money on invasions, and he hinted at Iraq. All right, so yeah, let's hear that. You know what I'm saying? People make a lot of money off invasions, and Iraq was one of them. All right, boom.
First guys going were Army guys, CIA guys, and they went on horses. And they tried to get Bin Laden. They found him in Tora Bora with some of the mountain complexes, to the point where they had him. And Bin Laden was actually, I wasn't there, but they were saying that Bin Laden was actually apologizing to his guys over the radio, like, sorry, I got you into this. Like, they got us. And then we let him go because we decided to negotiate or some shit. I wasn't there. That's what they got. They had the Delta Force had him, I think, and some of the locals in Tora Bora. And then we just, kept the fight up. And I always thought that
all right, boom. So look, so if y'all ever look up read this book called The Afghanistan Files, it's a good book about the Afghanistan war. So they had him in Tora Bora early, like in the early 2000s. You know what I'm saying? War just broke out in Afghanistan. They had Bin Laden in Tora Bora. He was copping pleas. He was saying, I'm sorry, guys, over with. And they let him go. That's crazy. Because negotiation, whatever. They let that man go. We didn't get that man until 2011, bro. Years after this event that he discussed. Damn near a decade or so after, 9 years, some after this shit, man. So that's crazy.
The fight was going to be get Al Qaeda out and then kill Bin Laden. And that's what I thought should have been done.
Okay, so he goes, and then y'all go.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Well, we didn't know because now that 9/11 happened, that's an excuse for us to do anything, and I'm convinced that.
Understand that. All right, so there's something called justification to war. There's a thing called just war. It's a thing you learn if you ever really research, like, you know, the history of war and stuff like that. Because in order to go into a country, like you see Ukraine did, that's why Putin. You need a just cause to invade a country. You either like somebody is attacking you, feel like there's a threat to your life, like they're like, you know, like with 9/11, they attacked us. We didn't just go in there for no reason. They attacked us. We went in similar Pearl Harbor. That's a just cause. You need a just cause. You can't just invade countries willy-nilly. Now, do people do that? And does America do that sometimes? Yeah. But typically you need a just cause before you do military action, right? And what he said is because of 9/11, that gave us the blase to do whatever, because because they call it the war on terror, the war on terrorism. So just when you make wars over ideas like the war on drugs, war on terrorism, when you go to war against an idea and not a group of people, it wasn't the war on the Taliban, it wasn't the war, it was a war on terrorism. That's an idea. So that could be anything. So as long as terrorism exists, you're always going to be at war. See? And then, so you always have a reason to be there, always a reason to make money, such and so forth.
At like Iraq, I guarantee you they were making plans to invade Iraq 2 months after 9/11 because George Bush wanted to invade Iraq because of what Saddam Hussein was saying about his father. And we went to Iraq for fucking nothing. Not for nothing, but we didn't need to go to Iraq. And we took our eye off of Afghanistan. And then Al-Qaeda.
So look, he said we went to Iraq for almost no reason because remember, Osama bin Laden, he was in between Afghanistan and Pakistan. He was going back and forth. He would be in Afghanistan, he'd be in Pakistan, so they could never really catch him. But we did a whole detour to just fuck with Saddam Hussein over there, like in Iraq and shit. That's crazy, right? And we were still in Afghanistan until recently, until like Joe Biden told us to pull out. So that's crazy. So we did a whole side mission. If you ever watch anime, we had a whole filler episode side quest of just being in Iraq, just to be in Iraq for no reason, just because allegedly, Saddam Hussein said some shit about George H.W. Bush, and George W. Bush, don't talk about my dad, and he pulled up on him for that. Crazy.
I had figured out it was easier to kill Americans in Iraq than it was in Afghanistan, so we turned. I mean, I find Iraq. I did 2 tours in Iraq.
How does Iraq make so much money in war?
Well, Iraq doesn't. We do. Because I mean, even with the debauched withdrawal in Afghanistan, we left all that shit there. There's a reason we did that, because now someone's cutting a contract to these contracts. Oh, we got to make more now. We need more helicopters, tanks, and shit. We need more missiles because we left them all. So make them. And so someone's signing the fucking dotted line. Hey, look at me. I'm rich and I'm on Capitol Hill. I don't give a fuck about the troops. That's the truth.
Boom. So that is like a lot of wars and weapon sales and shit of that nature. A lot of wars just to cut deals to weapon manufacturing companies and stuff like that to get a check. They will be willing enough to leave entire armed vehicles, tanks, guns, everything. They left that when they left Afghanistan. Why? So that they could be like, we don't have anything. Let's sign another deal so we can make more shit and cut another check. And yeah, so this is the business of war. I understand that when it comes to war, it's a very profitable business. Most time wars are fought, it's a money incentive for it. It's not no just cause. You need a cause to get in. That's why there's always a saying, if you ever listen to Hardcore History, he's a really good resource when it comes to history and wars and stuff of nature. He said, it's very easy to get into a war. It's very hard to pull out. Very easy to get in, very hard to pull out. You see that with Russia and Ukraine. They just thought it was going to be a very easy war. They're going to be in Kiev. Now they just lost. The Ukraine just came with a counterattack. Now they're in there. They're entrenched. In order for them to even stand a chance, they have to do total war, which means they have to conscript troops and all this shit. They have to invest a lot more. It's very hard to get out. It's very hard to get out now because you're in too deep. That's how most wars end. They often go in. One country thinks, this is going to be a cake in the park. I'm going to get in this bitch. I'm going to go in and do my little and then get the fuck on. And it don't be like that. You end up being in there. And you end up staying in there because people died. And now you want vengeance. And it's just endless blood cycle, bro. It's tragic.
Yeah, but I wouldn't feel good about that if I was a troop.
No, we don't. Everyone I know doesn't. But people that have never been to war but make a shit ton of money off it, like Dick Cheney, they don't give a fuck. I was just saying the other night, Dick Cheney and I, we sort of don't have something in common where I went to war and he was a draft dodger, but we both shot someone in the face. Which is a joke.
You got a lot of good bar.
Thank you.
You got a lot of good little bar jokes.
Today. I'm thinking of this.
You're on a roll. Money in war.
Yeah, someone does.
There we go.
Someone makes money. Someone makes money.
Money off of war.
A lot of decisions are made based on the money they can make and the personal power they can hold. And it's a lot. I mean,
who's on that board?
Well, you know, the end is the lawmakers, so people, congressmen, senators. We got to figure they need to get reelected because everyone in Congress and in the White House wants another term. That's what they want. They love the power. I mean, if you got.
So yeah, that is also true. The people who decide who goes into war, not the people that fight it. It'd be Congress people. Hold on, my nose itchy. It'd be congressmen that be writing these death sentences essentially to all these great American troops, and they do that because they're making bread off defense contractions, stuff like that. Typically, he's gonna explain later. Generals end up, when they retire from being a general, they end up working for these lobbyists and defense contractors. So they end up funding these politicians that say, hey, we want you to, make sure we go over here because, you know, there's a check to be made over here and and go ahead, just, you know, grease the wheel so we can get in this war real quick and make some bread. And this is also with other industries like what's it called? Fossil fuel industry, big pharma. There's a lot of different industries. And war is one of them that, you know, they buy politicians to, you know, allow certain things to happen.
You got to figure if you look at it, you shouldn't go in to Congress on a really meager salary and end up being worth 8 figures, which pretty much all of them do. So there's money in everything. So in order to help them get reelected, there's lobbyists out there and the same names, whether you're pharmaceutical or military or whatever, same names. And they're paying money to get people up there to push the stuff, to get the funding, and it's all the taxpayer paying for it.
Well, why do we need money so bad?
We don't need money. We don't get any money. They're taking it. That's why there's the deficit, because there's so much the taxpayer money is going to that. Like Washington D.C.'s got some of the richest counties in the world right there, except they don't make anything. It's just the money's there. I was just down there. I mean, look at the boats and the condos in the water.
So I'm gonna stop it there, but pretty much again, if you are more interested, you know, subscribe to Joe Budden's Patreon, you know, all that. If you like what I'm talking about, you know, give a donation, blah blah, comment, share, subscribe, blah 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 blah. But yeah, so that's just a preview on that. But yeah, I'm anti-war, and typically because these wars are not fought for a just cause, they're fought for profit, for money, and that's a great example of that. He's saying Iraq, a Navy SEAL saying we went there to Iraq for nothing. He was there, and a lot of his friends and shit died for nothing, like just. And then he asked, like, why were they there, or what was the mission for? Like, they can't remember. None of these generals remember. No one remembers. No one gives a fuck, bro. And it's sad. It's very sad. Even this 9/11 shit just happened. You know, there are people who from 9/11 who are burn pit victims. Like, number one, they're burn pit victims from Iraq and Afghanistan because they burned trash in the wars. So all these trash and shit, they have these massive burn pits where they're just burning all this trash, and it gets in their lungs. Like, people get cancer, people get lung disease from soldiers being around these burn pits, and they don't get a lot of breath for it. With 9/11 happening, the first responders who went and saved a lot of people, you know, all that debris and stuff also got in their lungs, and they have health conditions to this day because of that, because they're brave people who help save people in a time of distress. And, you know, our politicians are not looking out for these people, and I think that's very sad. I feel like they should. I very much think they should do so, but they are not. And that goes into, you know, why I feel like, you know, there are certain issues that are wrong with our country that, you know, they should fix. They should just fix that shit. But they, you know what I'm saying, it is what it is. This is the world we live in. All right, so this next thing I'm gonna cover is probably gonna be my last topic. Well, no, I got a couple more topics. But this is another big one. All right, so Psy the Prince just did an IG live. And if you don't know Psy the Prince, he's a part of Good Music, and he's written a lot of records. He wrote Sicko Mode. He wrote a lot of stuff for all the people in Good Music. He's run for Kanye, Big Sean, Travis. He's run for everybody. in the good music shit. I don't think he wrote for Pusha T. He might have. Who knows? He's a Phi MC, but because of certain contractual issues, you know, he was not allowed to release music like that. That's why he had to end up being a writer. So he's considering retiring. He's considering retiring because of everything he basically was going through. Like, he's going through so much. He recently released the EP, so that's music that came out. He released the EP in June called EGOT. Let me pull it up for y'all so y'all can see. You know, I'm very supportive of we're gonna go back to this, but yeah. Hold on. I want to shout him out because he's a Phi artist, and I always respect talent. You know, as an MC myself, I appreciate people that are just Phi at their craft. And his plight is a plight that I relate to a lot, in terms of just being allowed to exist and being allowed to express yourself as an artist. He often was not allowed to do so. He said he's considering retiring for a lot of different reasons. When he first got in the industry, he was essentially just in the streets. And so because of that, whatever deal he got, he had to basically make a makeshift group because the street people he was surrounded by wanted a piece of his money. He's basically getting extorted. So they wanted to sign him, but, you know, he came with baggage. And so he signed a group. I think he said he did a deal for $250K, but he only got like $20K off of it. So he was homeless, all this shit. And then he was just roaming the streets, essentially. He was shopping deals and getting different deals here and there, but he wasn't able to fully like be free on some shit. And then he did a deal with Akon's brother, who was very shady. Like, he would fuck with him and not fuck with him, fuck with him and not fuck with him. But because he had signed to him, he could not escape, essentially. Okay, so he signed to Empire. Okay, so he basically independent. He's on Empire. So, boom. So he did so this EP. So it's called EGOT the EP. So yeah, I recommend you check that out. Shout out to Sahai the Prince. Okay, so yeah, I'm finna go back. And yeah, so if you ever want to look it up, look up Sahai the Prince IG Live. And yeah, he's basically talking about his time of good music in these two. There's a 52-minute one, a 15-minute one. And he's talking about different things he experienced with the relationship. So like you said, he was signed to a street dude. Not really signed, but he was trying to get deals. But because he was in the streets still, they're extorting him for whatever money he could get. He had done a deal with Akon's brother, which who didn't really believe him, kind of left him to starve in a lot of senses. But because he was a creative artist, he found a way. He was able to do a showcase with L.A. Reid, got a deal. And but that ended up not really doing a lot because, you know, the Akon's brother kept taking money and stuff. So he's still out there on the streets again. Then he was with Greg Street, which, you know, he's a disc jockey from Atlanta. You know, he's I think you know, he's from V103. Greg Street be banging. So he ended up doing a mixtape with him, and that really got him hot in the streets. And then so Kanye heard of him and basically flew him out to Hawaii. And, you know, the rest is history, so to speak, because, you know, that he wrote on So Appalled. He wrote the hook on So Appalled, and he did a verse at the end. And that really was his introduction. And he's able to do a song with Jay-Z, which is something he always wanted to do. So then he was with he's basically in the good music camp, but he couldn't sign to Kanye because of that prior deal he had with Akon's brother. So that really held him up for a long time. Couldn't make no money, so he had to write for everybody. So he wrote for everybody in good music, just writing. And, well, I feel like he made a mistake because he was always sacrificing. He was always the one that had to sacrifice for everybody else. For Sicko Mode, there's a lot of samples that they didn't clear. So he said he didn't get 10%. He had to take 10% off his writing credits. And he did that just as a favor, so he cleared the record. There's a thing with the Wolf of Wall Street where he had a check for $500K. And then I know where the Akon brother came and took all the money. So he had to go around, try to get his money back. And it was a whole situation and trying to do that. He could never leave Kanye didn't like him because Drake dissed Kanye on Sicko Mode. And, you know, because he wrote on it, because he wrote on it. Basically, you know, he didn't get mad at Travis Scott for whatever reason. He basically took the fall, so Travis Scott didn't have to. And then he also wrote on Donda. He helped, you know, put the Donda shit together. So yeah, Sahai, he's been a very integral part of the good music thing. He also said he always had some issues with Big Sean because he had wrote for Big Sean. He also talks about that. He also talked about writing for Big Sean and how, like, when he first got him around Kanye, you know, they're rapping back and forth, and Sahai obviously out rapped him. So I guess Big Sean always had some animosity, some jealousy, whatever it was towards it. So he's always getting the raw end of the stick. You know what I'm saying? And then even now, when he wants to put out some music, they're telling him, go get hot in the street. Go get hot in the street. Now, you know, from his perspective, you know, if you're not giving me a budget so I can go to these DJs and help pay them to play my record and shit, then I have to basically do some street activity. Leave it be, like, you know, you figure out what that is. I have to do some street activity so I can be notorious in the street, to write a song about it and then get hot in the street. But these record label execs don't understand that. They just say, just go get popping, which, you know, artists of Sahai's caliber should not have to do that. They should just give him the check because he already wrote major hit records. Sycamore's a diamond record. He has written a lot of hit records, deep records, So Paul, deep album cuts, both deep album cuts with Kanye. He's written smash hits for other artists and good music. Like, his work should speak for himself. And so the fact that he's given that treatment of, I'll go get high on the street and stuff like that is very disrespectful to an artist of that caliber. And so because of all that, he's considering retiring from rap. I don't want Sahai to retire from rap. I feel like he should be like the Griselda niggas and drop 3 projects a year if he so chooses to. He should be able to do what he wants to do when he wants to do it. He should be that type of artist. But his big plight was pretty much he was supposed to sign to Jeezy and sign to Jeezy, but pretty much that person, that Akon's brother, he kept wanting him to do trap music and do street rap. But he had lived the street life so long, he actually lived that life. So he's not gonna want to do all that. He's if you ever heard Silent Prince, he's a very dynamic rapper, MC. He can rap on any beat. He can do any type of thing. He didn't want to be confined to just being a trap rapper. He wanted to make other types of music. He wanted to make whatever music he wanted to create. He's an artist. He wanted to paint with whatever colors he chose, like painting with. He wanted to exist like that, and he wasn't allowed to do so. They always kept him in a box. They always told him, hey, do some of this. Hey, I thought you came from the street. I thought you came from the street. Ain't you a real street nigga? Ain't you a real street rap? Yeah, but that don't mean that that's all I am. That doesn't mean that's all I can be. I want to be able to exist and do anything that I want to do. I want to be able to be whoever I want to be. And because of all these different things you're putting in my way, I'm not allowed to create freely. And then wherever I am allowed to create freely, or I figure out or finesse a way to actually get a bag, here he come, taking the check. Here he come, you know what I'm saying, taking my opportunity, and now I'm back out fucked up, and I have to either write some more records for niggas who don't fuck with me, or whatever, sacrifice my pub, or whatever the fuck. I think he did mess up in a couple ways. Like, one, he could have wrote some trap music. He could have had a couple of trap tapes. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You know, at least to get him, you know, some type of shit for himself. Ain't nothing wrong with that if you're just trying to, you know, get your own shit right. You know what I'm saying? So that's number one. I feel like he could have just done some trap. He didn't have to only do it, but he could have had some trap music out. That's number one. Number two, he did a lot of these writing shits for swaps. If you don't know what a swap is I do a feature for you, or I write for you, and then you just do a feature for my shit for free. So it's a fair exchange. I'm doing one for you, you do one for me. He did a lot of he had the Sycamore. I think either Sycamore was a swap or some other shit was a swap. And he wanted a swap back from these niggas, and they never swapped him back. So listen, let that happen to me one time. Like, number one, I ain't even doing that swap shit. I'm gonna do swaps with people I fuck with. Like, I know you since we was kids. Like, I fuck with you. Like, I know you as a person type shit. I know your mama. I could hit her up, be like, hey, yo, your son is finessing me, your daughter finessing me. Fuck is that shit? You know what I'm saying? Outside of that, I want my percentage, I want my pub. I'm not doing none of the other shit. I want my bread. That's all I care about. You know what I'm saying? So that is where I'm at with it. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel about it. So I feel like he messed up with doing the swap shit. I just asked for my percentage. You know what I'm saying? I understand when he signed that early deal with the Akon brother. So that kind of jammed him up for a while, and he had to figure out his way to get out of that situation. So, you know, it is what it is. That's a plight of when you're back in the day industry. And even today, there's a lot of rappers who sign these deals and they be fucked up in their situation, right? they be fucked up in their situation. They can't get out of their situation. But you know what I'm saying? Because they signed, the thing about record deals is you're not signed. It's not like NBA contract, sports contract. You're not signed for a length of time. You're signed for amount of work, for amount of body of work, and they're able to terminate you or keep you at their own disclosure. So, you know, if you sign for 5 albums, you didn't put out 5 albums that they approve of. Again, it's not that you can just submit a tape and they're like, okay, I did this much tapes of work. It's something that they have to approve of. So if they don't approve it, you may have a whole bunch of unreleased music, but if they don't approve of it coming out, then it's not going to come out and it's not going to count as an album or to your deal. So that's how people end up getting stuck in these deals. So yeah, it's very easy to get stuck in a record deal and not be able to get out because of that. So, you know, especially when you're early and you're a star artist, you're trying to get anything going on for yourself. That's tough. It's a tough situation. Like, I don't know how to be in that situation. This is another reason why I have my own media platform, having other ways to make money outside just music, because unfortunately it's very difficult to just be an artist. You know, if you're an artist, you should learn how to mix. You should get on Pro Tools. You should be able to make your own beats. You should be able to make your own videos. You need to do something else outside just rap. You need to make your own clothes. You need to do something else outside of just making music, because just that talent is not going to sustain you. It will not be able to sustain you. You know what I'm saying? That is true. So that was Sahai's play, and I relate to that because I feel like he's a real dope artist, and they should just allow that man to create. I feel it's very unfortunate that he's not allowed to create, and he's been so discouraged and beat down by his industry by years and years and years and years and years. Also, I feel like people took advantage of his faith because he's a man of God, and he really stands far in his faith. So I feel like people take advantage of that and just, you know, use his good nature almost against him in a sense, to where, you know, they probably appeal to his good nature and thinking that, you know, just fuck with me. And they just be screwing him over, man. So yeah, it's real tough, man. That's real tough. But he dropped that EGOT EP. So y'all check that out, man. I hope he don't retire because he's a Fire MC. He's similar to what's that rapper? Let me find him. Let me find him. He did a tape with Jay-Z. He did a tape with Jay-Z. It's on the tip of my tongue. Why can't I think of that shit? Man, where can I find this shit? Jay Electronica, boom. All right, he's similar to Jay Electronica, just a Fire MC that is don't be dropping. Now Jay Electronica, he is choosing not to drop. Like, I don't know Jay Electronica, but he just, you know, super talented MC that just was not dropping as much as you feel like he should have been out. He doesn't have enough body of work out for the public masses as much as others, because, you know, he's a 1% talent. He's a 1% talent easily. You know what I'm saying? So I really feel like he should be able to exist. You know, he's doing the EP through Empire. It's independent. I hope he continues to put out things independently if he's able to. So I don't know his situation on that, but I feel like he should be able to do so. He survived a drive-by shooting that happened a couple years ago. A lot of things, like, he barely, you know, escaped through life. God really got that man for whatever reason. So I hope that he is able to, you know, find peace and find happiness and be able to create on his own terms, because that's a big thing. You know, I'm an artist myself, so freedom of expression, a big thing for me. So if you're not allowed to do that, you're always confined. They're trying to put you in a box, similar to how actors, they're always typecast in certain roles. That also happens in music too, where they only want a certain type of record of music that they want you to make. Even if you want to make other types of music, they only want you to make a certain type of music. So I feel that's very unfair, and I feel like, you know what I'm saying, they shouldn't have done that man like that. All right, let's I'm gonna do my last story. I'm gonna get off stream, but thank y'all for watching, tuning in, Tune TV. But let me see. So Anthony Edwards pretty much got in some hot water by just saying some he had to apologize, whatever. It's pretty much what happened was he had just seen some dudes, and honestly, if you want to do this joke, I think the joke is harmless, but I think the joke he made was relatively harmless, but he is basically an LGBT joke. You know what I'm saying? He's basically saying This is the apology. This is the apology he did. But his apology for what happened was, well, I said it was immature, hurtful, disrespectful, and I'm incredibly sorry. It's unacceptable for me or anyone to use that language in such a hurtful way. No excuse for it at all. I was raised better than that. But he is apologizing because he had made a comment pretty much. Okay, boom, this is it. All right, boom, we're gonna come back. I'm gonna play this for y'all. He basically made just some gay jokes. And you can't make gay jokes, guys, nowadays. If you have gay jokes, hey, keep them to yourself, especially if you're making a lot of money. Keep them to yourself, man. Or have a burner. That's why Katie had burners.
Do the word I came to.
Look, okay, look.
Look at these queer ass niggas, man.
It's so funny. Why is it?
Do the word I came to, bro.
All right, that's all. That was what he did. He just basically saying like these dudes. I'm gonna show it a little bigger so y'all can see. Let me see. Make this bigger. All right, boom. So you see them in the background. You know what I'm saying? They're all shirtless out. You know what I'm saying? So he's basically calling them flexible and stuff like that. So he's like, "What's the world coming to that? Ha, so funny." They ain't take it funny. That the rainbow community does not play about their image and their likeness. They will not be made fun of. Leave them folks alone, man. Leave them folks alone. That's what I be saying. So yeah, that's what he did. He paid for that, you know what I'm saying? So that's where, you know what I'm saying, he was with that. And he had to apologize and cop a plea, but at the end of the day, there's no reason why he should have done this on his main account. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that was foolishness. And I only did that because I want basketball season to go ahead. It happen soon. It's about to happen soon. So, you know what I'm saying? Very happy for that. But yeah, this is a longer episode. You know what I'm saying? I talked about a lot of different topics. You know what I'm saying? Let me know how y'all feel in the comments below and stuff. And thank y'all for tuning in to Tune TV. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be coming back in on Saturday. I love y'all. You know what I'm saying? Y'all been, this is all brought to you by Snuggle Squad Entertainment.